I'm very thankful to you. You can see we are going to study about Wazuh. We have a central component, we have an end component. We will study about that. So Wazuh, in this today we have agenda why we should study about Wazuh. What is Wazuh in reality, and is there any alternative? And if there are, then we will comparison with that, and we will see a demo of installation of Wazuh. First, we will see why we use Wazuh. So, why we use Wazuh? Wazuh is a security platform. In the today world, there are many companies which are using the digital network, because when we do business on digitally, like on Flipkart, Amazon, there are number of companies who have their own website and doing business through their digital network, because it's give an opportunity to scale the business at very high speed. But with this opportunity, we have some risk of getting our credentials, customer data and other stuff getting hacked, or we can have huge loss. So security is the major concern in any point of view of this digital world. One of way to implement the network security or monitoring through is the Wazuh. How Wazuh is doing, we will see again. But I suppose that why we are using Wazuh, it is clear to you. We choose the tool to implement security monitoring on our logs and different stuff, and according to that security we can take action. That is very unique feature I like of Wazuh. So what is the Wazuh? Wazuh is a free open source security platform that unifies XDR, SIEM capacity. It gives you both. XDR is extended detection and response, and SIEM system information and event management. So it is saying that you should monitor all the endpoint of your application network. No endpoint is left behind. You monitor it on real time, plus you should store the logs and compare the logs by time and get the analysis what is getting changed. And it is the thing which is getting changed, it is in a good way or bad way. And if it is in bad way, you can define the predefined scripts. You can use the predefined script and made your own scripts, or in Python, in Bash, to do some action. Wazuh is free of cost. You can install in your own server. Wazuh is providing the cloud also, where you can find the Wazuh hosted cloud services, and it is open source. You can make some changes if you are good enough in coding, and you can manipulate it according to your use case, and I think you can excel it to achieve the great level of security. Already you can see there are multiple open source contributor who is making the Wazuh a great security software. So hope you like the Wazuh feature. So if you move further and we will see the Wazuh feature. Wazuh is very rich in feature. It's providing the feature of intrusion detection based upon the agent architecture. We have the agent which is hosted on the different machines, which is giving the information, sending the information to server, and they are detecting the rootkit malware detection by checking the logs and other set of rules. Then we have the log data analysis. We have we have in the where log of we have nginx access log, error log, we have auth log, sys log, kernel log. All this log file we have to analyze. We can't do it manually. Agent sending data, taking data from Wazuh server and sending it to we can say sending it to server, and server is analyzing it, and if any logs is compare it with the logs rule. If any logs found to breaking the rule, or a rule will get fired, and you will get alert on your dedicated email ID or channel. Then file integrity is there, vulnerability is there, configuration management is there, incident response, and regulatory compliance, cloud security is there. FIM is that file integrity monitoring, that there is a checksum associated with the each file. Checksum is associated whenever you change the single character or add, delete this single character, checksum will get changed and you will get the alert that someone has changed your file at this time. And vulnerability detection is the I like the feature of the vulnerability detection the most in the Wazuh, that it is giving the hint of where I am weak, where I can get attacked. If some part of my body is weak, I should go to doctor and do some treatment to make this part healthy. So vulnerability detection is that kind of feature which is giving the scan of your body, that is your server system, that this part of body is your weak. Please go and take this or other stuff or other precautions to not get in the hunt of hackers. Then configuration assessment is that we can check our can put our eye on the configuration assessment. Incident response is there, like some hacker is attacked on your network, and when your hacker is attacked on your network, you want that internet connection is getting closed immediately. Why? Because there are some files which you don't want anyone to take out. There may be customer data, the customer mobile number, anything it is stored there. Maybe it's the bank account server which have the multiple account holders information. Whenever a hacker do attack, immediately internet will go off and no file will be get transferred outside the world. If you going to do it manually, it will take some time, either in 1 minute. A very large amount of data in 1 minute can go from your server to outside world. Then in the regulatory compliance, we see there are some industries organization, like in the for PSI, this is for payment card industry, which is founded by MasterCard. It is not government. There are some government standards are also there. Then non-government standards are also there. In the industry your organization belong, you have to follow some set of standardization to do work and to check that your servers machines are in compliance with these regulatory. You should make you can use Wazuh. There are also other tools are available. You can use to check the compliance. You can use Wazuh. Last is the cloud security. Cloud security, we have the different cloud service provider: Amazon, AWS, Google cloud provider. Wazuh is capable or comfortable to work with all these cloud providers. Like we can monitor the AWS instances, Azure, and other services like AWS S3, CloudTrail. There are other stuffs is also there. We can go and we can make that our cloud is. We can maintain our security on cloud. We can also on our on-premises setup is there. You have set up a server on your data center. You are having your own data center, and you want to make the changes to, or you want to monitor and want to take the appropriate action. Then you can use Wazuh is the best choice for that. Plus, if you want to, who is deleting the instance, or is your instance state is getting changed, its type is getting changed, many useful information is found in AWS CloudTrail for all the servers. What is going with that, going start, going stop, state change, someone deleted that. Very useful. You can combine the your Wazuh with that, and you are good to go. Then we have a Wazuh component, we have central component and endpoint component. Central component is that where you host the Wazuh server. Server have the three parts: indexer, server, and dashboard. In indexer is the database, and database is indexer is form of open search. In behind the scene, open search is working, and we are capturing our logs in the open search by name of indexer, Wazuh indexer. Then we have Wazuh server, which is talking with agents and collecting logs and processing them and sending to indexer. Then we have dashboard. Whatever is going on, we want to see that. To see that, we use the Wazuh dashboard. If you go again in the Wazuh dashboard, we are using behind the scene is Kibana dashboard, and the endpoint is the agent. Agent is Wazuh agent. It may be laptop, your desktop, it is server, or anything, any machine which you want to monitor, which you want to make secure. You can use that. You need to install the agent on that. We will go for agent specification and server specification furthermore, but this is the main component diagram. At central level we have this component, and endpoint level we only have the agent which send the data to central component. One thing, Wazuh is the upgraded form of OSAC. OSAC is the another security tool. Wazuh is the upgraded form of Wazuh. Wazuh is the upgraded form of OSAC, and it gives you more feature than OSAC. In agent is Wazuh work on push mechanism. Agent is sending logs over network to Wazuh server. Server is not going anywhere. Like Prometheus go to agents for node exporter. It's work on pull mechanism, but Wazuh is working on push mechanism. Any agent, there are maybe multiple agent. We have 1,000 of agent. We can have 1,000 of agent will send their data to server. For that we do some configuration. We will have that in installation part. So being the time you are, I hope you are on the pitch with me, and we are very clear with the component part, what our component is doing, where we are saving our logs, what is our server is doing at high level. Then we move to the indexer part. We will take each part one by one. First is the indexer. Indexer, if we say indexer, save the data in shards. If you see, node 1 primary shard is P0. It is hosted in other node 2, node 3 as a replica shard R0. Whenever node 1 is getting deleted or some problem will happen, data will not be lost. R0, R1, we can retrieve it, and again our shard is ready. Shard, by using the this sharding concept, we can achieve the highly availability of our indices. Data loss is chances are very low, because at any point all three zones are not going to dead. In one region of AWS, for example, we have 3 regions, and in all the 3 zones we have different nodes. All 3 zones are not getting down at single time. Okay, so we have data surety there. We will not going down. Shards, with shards concept, like we have here 3 shards. When the life cycle is there, hot, cold. Whenever we are moving to older life cycle to cold, then number of shards is getting decreased, and our the main is our search. How fast is our search? So whichever indices are in hot life cycle, the search is very fast on that. Open search is you can say that is a search engine. Then we have the Wazuh server architecture. In the left top corner, you are seeing that the threat intelligence is there. Before threat intelligence, you can see that agent enrollment, agent connection is the duty of the Wazuh server. This task will be done by the Wazuh server. He had to enroll the agent and establish the connection and got the log and accept the log and match the rule on that log, decode that, and if rule is firing according to that, it will give a result to the filebeat, and filebeat will send data to the database which is the indexer. And now we will go to topmost part of left side, IP reputation from threat intelligence. IP reputation is that there are some IP which have the bad reputation, we can directly block them. Then some IP is trying to sending the bad request to our instance, like it is doing trying to gain the SSH access from wrong user. Then we can block this IP on temporary basis, or we can do it on permanent basis. Then we have file hashes. File hashes is same checksum value. There is a value which is associated with the file. If something is getting changed in the file checksum will change, and you will get a report according to the time. At this time, file content is got changed and checksum is changed. Okay. Then we have MITRE tag and vulnerability detection. There are some real world incident in which hacking is happened, and to learn from this hacking, we have MITRE tag and vulnerability detection. Like in the vulnerability detection, we have CDF database, and private organization contribute in it and upload information, what was their weakness, which tool was used to do hacking, and other stuff they are uploading that. Your system, we Wazuh do scan your system vulnerability. Your system is compared with the CVR database, and it will show your system is weak from this point. Like your hand, when you do full MRI scan, it will tell you in your backbone this particular L5 or L6 version. L6 not further. L6 is weak and having problem. You can please look for this and go to doctor and do proper treatment. Like that, vulnerabilities do work. Then we have regulatory compliance, PSI DSS, payment card industry, HIPAA for health, NIST, GPG both for IT industry, NIST for US, and GPG for UK. We can check our system is compatible or not through this regulatory compliance. Then state of the endpoint, we can check this file state database, system inventory database, third party API. We can manage ticketing system like Jira. We can manage, and it is like it's the architecture diagram of one Wazuh server. When we deploy the Wazuh server in a client architecture mode, when we have large number of agents, then we require the Wazuh daemon RESTful API. Through RESTful API, we will talk. 55,000 is the port of the Wazuh server RESTful API. Through using database and Wazuh dashboard, communicate it with. And you can say you have seen here that raw data events, each and every log which is coming to a server, it is stored in the indices of the indexer. But if some logs is breaking the rules, it is also stored in raw data, plus it is also stored in other indices, where we kept only those indices or those logs which break some rules. Then we have API services. Wazuh architecture is very simple. Rules for decoding and rule matching. there are lots of rules are you will get when you install the Wazuh. You can write your own rules, and you can do changes in your rule directory. Plus, if I say you have the Wazuh server installed and you want to connect with the we'll talk with later. Now go to Wazuh dashboard. What are we are making? We will doing whatever logs we are directed, implemented tools. We visualize. Visualization is the better way to understand the things. Visualization for Kibana is there. Kibana visualization and Grafana visualization both are best. I personally feel that. So whatever is going on our system, we can easily understand from dashboard, because other person like for manager team, testing team may not get comfortable with the coding part, that alerts, different things are, but they are easily understand what is the going on the ground of your server, on your machine, wherever you hosted, they can easily get the idea. In the end, we have covered all the three central components. In the last week, we will see the agent component. Agent component, we have log collector, which collecting the log, command execution, whenever some user is executing the command, we can monitor it by audit beat. File integrity is there, we have already discussed. Security configuration assessment, malware detection is there, active response is there, stop running process. If you think that some process is got run and is troubling the system and your application is on risk, you can make the setting in the active response that in that particular place you can stop the running processes. Plus, block the network connection. Sometimes it's very crucial to block, because your data is very crucial to any organization. Then cloud security monitoring, Azure, AWS, Google, all are providing. You can for monitor your Dockerized environment, containerized environment. Then we have component in one single picture. Whatever we have read till now, we have in a single picture, where we can see we have Wazuh component, and here we have endpoints where different Wazuh modules are going on, and their data flow is collecting data and sending it to agent daemon. Agent before sending data to server, it is encrypting them, then sending. The Wazuh server, which is accepting them, decrypt it only when the agent is getting enrolled and connection is getting established. Then through the RESTful API, it is connected to Wazuh dashboard, and indexer is also connected through RESTful API. 55000 port is for server API. It's decoding it, doing the threat intelligence, vulnerability detection, and regulatory compliance. Raw data events and security events, sending data through the help of filebeat to indexer. Whenever dashboard talk with the whenever we use the dashboard to check the Wazuh server, it communicate with the both to the server and to the Wazuh indexer. There are some ports like 1514 TCP port to for agent connection, but before agent connection, at 1515 port we have the agent enrollment. First agent is getting enrolled, then the connection service is getting through. Then we have 1516 port where the Wazuh cluster daemon will be run. We have implemented the Wazuh architecture and in the client server mode. In that case, 1516 port will be utilized. Then we have 51 port for sys collector. It is disabled by default, and 55,000 port for the RESTful API of the Wazuh server. We have indexer 9200 port for its API. If we are making the cluster to make it highly available, then this port this cluster will be run. Wazuh dashboard will run only on 443. It will not run on 80 port because Wazuh itself is a security platform. It should follow all the security. We are not going to enable it on 80 port. We should enable it on by using certificate on 443 port only. So that should be taken care of when you implement it. That is the Wazuh architecture. There is a server, desktop, laptop, cloud, entrance, virtual machine, anything. We have agent is installed on them. Agent can send directly data to the server or through the network load balancer. Through the network load balancer, we have the master node, worker node, different worker node we have, and they are connected. They are communicating to each other in the master client architecture. Network load balancer is distributing the load equally to all the worker or master node, and master node, after they processing the data, they are sending data through their filebeat in the indexer, and data is getting saved. Either it is if it is triggering any alert, then alert is sending to user through Slack, email or other. Then we have dashboard whom the user is operating. In this case, I am the user, and that's the basic infra which I have tried to make. In the public subnet, I am not hosting my servers. I am hosting my Wazuh server only in Wazuh, only in private subnet, because we are not supposed to host it on public subnet for security reason. We for access, how to access it, the Wazuh dashboard, we will access it through ALB only. ALB or other things you can use reverse proxy, but better way is that you use the cloud service provider, all the service cloud provider, AWS, Azure provide the LB facility, and it's very good. You use that. And whenever we are making the infra, we have some points which we need to take care. Like there are some CPU, memory, disk we require, and there is some planning behind that. What is the number of agent we are going to connect, and if in the future number of agent will get increased, how we will tackle that situation, and whatever what is the operating system on which we can host our server, because agent is hosted on any operating system. And 1 to 25 we need to have 4-core CPU, 8 GB RAM and 50 GB storage. If you go to going to increase the number of agents 50 up to 100, then you require up to 200 GB storage. And if you talk about the operating system, you need Amazon Linux, Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu. These are the version of the Ubuntu. On these operating system, you can only host your server. And for the agent, any of OS you can go. Plus, agent is not requirement is not that much. Agent is only requiring the RAM up to 35 MB only. Agent is very light in, and there are some important directories and files like etc Wazuh indexer. Here we have openset.yaml where we do customize changes, customize information of our indexer hostess and certificates which we made. Then etc filebeat, we have the template and certificates and its configuration file. Dashboard, we have etc dashboard, we have openset dashboard YAML and certificates are there. And to call the Wazuh server API through dashboard, we have the user share Wazuh dashboard data Wazuh config. In that we have Wazuh.yaml where we locate the information of our Wazuh server. Then we have our OSAC logs where we have the alert.json and archive.json file, where OSAC etc we have the OSAC.conf file. It's a very important file of our OSAC configuration, what modules we have enabled it or what module we have disabled, what OSAC active response bin. All the predefined scripts are there. You can make your own bash Python script here. Plus last we have the rule file which we match while decoding the logs. Either it's a creating issue, some kind of issue, we can say that it's making some we can say that it is distracting our system and firing some rules, breaking the rules. So where we have the lots of rules files are there. We can make our own rule files there to make our system more secure. And then we have the cloud security. We can monitor AWS instances on that. Plus there are multiple services which are not hosted on AWS instances like AWS S3, CloudTrail, and there are many services are there. We can connect our end system to that Wazuh system. That then second cloud provider is that Microsoft Azure, plus Google Cloud is also there. There are some customer of Wazuh which is using Wazuh like NASA, very big name is there. Most of this industry you can see here is from USA. So you can you have seen that the industry standard which is providing regulatory compliance is of those countries. In the last we will see some alternates. One of alternative found is S-Node. S-Node is stable and good competitor, but what I am feeling ki Wazuh is getting popular day by day and it's growing at high rate, good rate it is growing, and continues its new version are coming with good quality. They are introducing new feature, new modules day by day. Now we will see how we can do installation of Wazuh. We will do installation in this video of OpenStack stack. If we go here, we can do installation in single command. There are some hardware specifications which I already tell you. We can use the single command to install, and we will call the Wazuh assistant and it will create server for us. But to get the better understanding of tool, I will suggest you to go to step-by-step installation so that you get the idea what is going behind the picture and how your application will be run. Until you have that idea, I don't think that things will work to you to deeply understand. That you can stay download and run the installation agent. This is single command, just run and shell script will call and it will give you ID password. Go to UI and access it. That is a simple, and you will not get whatever is going on behind the scene, how is the Wazuh working. So instead of this using this we are going for step by step. First we will install indexer, and I have a server on that. First I will install Wazuh certificate creation script, and then we will load a Wazuh config file. We are ready. We have done installation. Okay. Now check. Now we are ready with the config file Wazuh certs script. Now we if you go to our config file, here there are some entries which we need to make in the indexer node 1. we have to give our node IP. In this case, we are hosting all our 3 components in single server. So we will give the IP of here of all these our local server only 127.0.0.1. In case we have the different VMs, like one VM for indexer, one for server, one for dashboard, we will give the private IP or public IP, whatever the architecture you are infra you are thinking to build, you are planning to build. According to that, you can give the IP and open the port, which I have described in the API column. In this slide, I have shown to you that you need to open for the. Then, if the connection is okay, you will find your result are working and your Wazuh server will be work. Okay. Now we will save our config file and we will go again to our official documentation of the Wazuh and run. It is telling us to edit the config file and run this bash file. Okay, it's saying that its certificate has been created. We can verify it, and if you go inside the Wazuh certificates and do ls, you see lots of key are there, which we will know why we have generated this. These are very important. Without that, you can't make your Wazuh secure. So we have made the tar file of the Wazuh and we will delete the our certificate folder. Okay, go. Now we will go to next node isolation. Here we are working on Ubuntu system, so we will use the apt package manager. It is saying that some dependency are required. You should install it before installing the indexer. So no issue in that. As we are in Ubuntu user, we have to use sudo. By using sudo, we will install all the dependency, and then we will go. It is saying that this particular package is required for we can say for our indexer. Please install it. Then we need to add the key, but it is giving us error that this key is only be added by root user. So we will shift to our root user and run the same command again, and it should give us the positive response. Okay, it's give us the positive response, and now we are ready to add the repository. Now we add the repository tabs table. Okay, repository was also added. We will update the repository by using the sudo apt update, and then we will install our package. Verify from here. It's also saying that do the apt-get update. Then we will install the package. If you follow the guide step by step, installation will not bother you much. Then okay, now we are ready for installation of indexer, and we will run this command. This command will help only to install. It will install the indexer. After the install indexer, there are some configuration which we need to do, and this we have to do manually. But if you want that you not want to do it manually, then you can make Ansible role for that. but first time you should do on using commands only. Then for second time you go for bash script, Ansible or etc. Our indexer is getting installed. Indexer is heavy than server and dashboard. It's saying that you have to edit this file etc Wazuh indexer opensource.yaml. Opensource.yaml, if you see, I already described you this file and folder which are important. Here we have to change our network.host. Our network.host is 127.0.0.1, I think. And node name here is given node 1. We can continue with node 1. First we change network.host, and we can change node.name from node-1 to anything else, but being the time we can leave it. And if we are not changing it here, cluster from my initial master node, we are not going to change it from here also. Last discovery seeds host, when we have multiple instances, then we use this option, otherwise no need to use this option. Then you below you can see they are making the logs file, and you can see the plugins. There are different keys which we have made using certificates. In the certificate you find that these keys are there, not indexer key but root CF and root ca.pem. These all keys was there. If you are changing the node 1 name from starting, you change the name in all these different lines. Okay, then it is saying that we have to made the certificates are already made, but we need to deploy as per our node. What is our node? Our node is node 1 indexer, node -1. Now we follow the other guideline. It is saying that make the directory in the Wazuh indexer by name of source in under /etc/Wazuh indexer. Then from the star file, some keys we need to fetch and send it to source folder. Then we have to rename some keys, and to rename those keys we use mb command, chmod command. Search folder is created, but we need to change its permission, so we are using the chmod, giving 500 permission. And inside the search folder we have different things. We are giving it 400 permission, only read permission. Nobody can change these and nobody can execute this. Then we have chown. We are giving the ownership of this particular directories to Wazuh indexer only. Root, still use this, as root is the prime minister. So it is going to use, but here we are giving the ownership in that way. Okay, we are ready with all the configuration. We can check, verifying that search folder is getting created. Then we go inside this search and check whatever the keys we have renamed and we have fetched is located there or not. It is there, and till now we have success. Now go to next step. Currently we are using the systemd, so we do the daemon reload, enable the Wazuh indexer and start the Wazuh indexer. Enable is referring like if your instance go down or you shut down the instances night, and in the morning if you start the machine, if you not enable it, then you again have to start or restart, whatever you like. But to remove that dependency, whenever you switch on the system, it will have the own indexer. Then next step is the cluster initialization. Either we have the single instance, but we should go but we have to initialize it, open search. Then first we check the status of our indexer which we have installed. It's up and running. Let initialize our cluster. With initialization of cluster, our one part of central component is getting completed. Now we have left with two part only. Two part. If you want use to Wazuh Assistant, you can use part by part, and if you not want to like me, you can go with the step by step. It's given command for RPM, but we are using only apt. So let's install the Wazuh Manager. If you are installing the Wazuh Manager on different VM, first you have to add the key plus repository, update it, then install. But we have already added the key while we are doing installation of indexer, so we don't need again those key. We just initialize and start. When the installation is done, we will enable the Wazuh server and run our and start it. It will take some time, near about less than a minute or over a minute. In the server installation, server is incomplete without filebeat. So you have to make sure that you are installing filebeat while installing the Wazuh server. Let's first start the Wazuh server, then we can check status of the Wazuh server, because if status is not up, filebeat will not work. So apt-get -install filebeat, and after installation, successful installation of filebeat, we have to do some configuration in the filebeat. First we download a predefined, there is a predefined filebeat configuration file available. We will download it, and then we will add it to customize it. etc/etc/filebeat/filebeat.yaml. In that section we need to change the host, but in our use case we have host of 127.0.0.1 only, so we not need to change this host. Else we have to make the entry of indexer at that part. If we have multiple hosts, we can add the entry of multiple instances, multiple indexer in that. If we have multiple master in that. Okay, then we have now we have to authenticate it. Then whenever we log in the Wazuh, we should do login with some password. So we create a filebeat key store and give password. For being the time, we are giving it a password of admin and username of admin also. There are some alert template for the Wazuh indexer from filebeat is powering them. We will install and give the permissions set, and Wazuh module. Filebeat work on modules. We have the modules and built module from filebeat. We install them and we are ready to go with it. And now we have to make certificate according to our filebeat. For filebeat use the certs of server, and we made cert with the name of, I think, Wazuh 1. Yes, we can see by name of Wazuh 1 we have made that. So we will add command here, node name is equal to Wazuh 1. After that, we have to follow the same step which we have done in indexer. We have to make a directory by name of certs and fetch some keys from tar file, rename some keys from node name to filebeat.pam or filebeat.key.pam. Then we have to change the permissions 500 of certs folder, and inside the certs folder we are giving the permission of 500, and we are giving the ownership of restricting the ownership of this folder to root only. After that, your certificates are ready. You start your filebeat services and you check that service is running proper. If your result is appropriate, then your server part is also done and you are left behind with the only single part. Let's check the service filebeat test output is that, and it is giving the connection is okay with the 127.0.0.1. So here our 2 part of a server is done. Now we can move to 3rd part of step-by-step installation of Wazuh dashboard. There is some dependency of dashboard you should install so that your service not get failed. Then we don't need to add repo and key. You know the reason very well. We go to package if we don't have another dependency, and then we do some configuration changes. As this configuration, whenever the package got installed, is standard. As per our local setup which we are making, we need to change them. It's taking some time. Wazuh indexer, if we say monitoring, if you want to monitor logging, do logging, Wazuh is good. You try to implement on your whatever application you are making, and it's very accurate, and action response are very good feature in that. And we are going to install apt-get the dependency of the Wazuh indexer. Wazuh dashboard. Currently we are left behind with the only central component, which is the Wazuh, and key we don't need. We have to upgrade our repository. We have to make sure that our repository are up to date, and then we will go to our Wazuh dashboard. Let's go the Wazuh installation, and you can check the AWS speed is very high. AWS is giving good platform to learner by giving them a time period of 1 year, because currently I'm using the Azure. You can find Azure playlist on my channel. It's giving timeline of only 1 year, which I request if you can forward my request to Azure, Microsoft, please increase some time, because in 1 month is not sufficient. At least up to 3 months you can give. It's request only. Please consider it. Then etc dashboard YAML we have. Server.host is 4000 is okay, 443 is okay, OpenSearch host is on localhost 900 is okay. We are hosting it on localhost only. Same, everything is okay. No need to change anything. So it's not under my use case to change it. Next time we will see. Again, we have to make this certificate in according with the its name. But it's what was the name of Wazuh dashboard? If you anybody remind. Okay, I also not remind. So what we can do? How can we get that? Where should I go? In our config file, we have given the name of dashboard. Either copy or you can type, but make sure you are typing. If you are typing, then type it correctly. Otherwise, all the hard work which we have done earlier on, it got wasted. Then we are making again a source directory, getting some key from there, then renaming it according to our use case we have given, then permissions and the ownership we are changing. Wrong terminal. Okay, now okay, all commands are successfully executed. Again, systemd we are working on enable and start our Wazuh dashboard service. If you are not hosting on a same server, then you have to change the Wazuh API, Wazuh server API. In that, in this space of localhost, you have to give the IP of that particular server, either private or public, whatever. Then through ID password, you go to access. So we are moved out of our root user. So it is not appropriate to work on root user. You should work on, but it was not working on our Ubuntu user. So I go to, but it is, you will see in the recommendation of Wazuh official document which we are following, that you should install Wazuh with root user only. With the use of private key, we type HTTPS. We not going to use HTTP. If you type here HTTP, it will not work. You have to type HTTPS, then column // and I private IP will not work here. Public IP you require, either the load balancer URL you require, or if you have domain, you can map it. You can also use domain is you can use easily. Then whenever we do the login to Wazuh, it asks for the ID password. ID password is which we made a filebeat store credits score. In that at that time we have given some credits, username and password. Same we will use. In our case, we have given the admin user and admin password. Same I am using to got sign in. When I'm here trying to do sign in, you can check. It's checking the Wazuh server API and it's got login. Currently we are don't have any agent. You can add agent by clicking on add agent. There are modules. By default, modules are there: server, security events, integrity monitoring, policy, vulnerability monitor, PSI. These are the security appliances: payment card industry, NIST, IT industry, GDPR, and HIPAA for the health industry. Health industry don't have very sophisticated. Many are used to store the data on S3, and but they should follow the guideline of their particular industry, like HIPAA and like IT industry follow the guidelines of NIST. Vulnerabilities, they are my favorite feature, which is telling us the weakness of our system. If we install agent on any system, it will tell us the vulnerability score or vulnerability scan of those. Payment card industry, DSS was started by MasterCard, very famous company, whom credit or debit card we are using. And currently all the organization which dealing in credit debit are following it. System auditing is the other feature which I like the most, which we can scan. If you go to Wazuh, you can see that you have different of management. You have rule, decoder, CDP groups, configuration. In the status, you have status, cluster, statistics, logs, reporting. Different stuff is there. You can explore it. They are very useful stuff you will find here. And in the agents, you will see modules. I think it's not get clicked. Again, we click on modules. Now it's running. In the default page, you see that there are some modules are showing, but some are not showing, like Office 365, Amazon, Google Cloud, GitHub. They are not showing. They are optional features made by Wazuh. They are optional. They will only shown to you when you enable them from here. After you enable them from here, they are going to shown there, but they are not get enable from backend. So you need to enable them from OSAC file also. There are some optional GDPR, HIPAA is getting enabled. You can disable them from here on if you don't want to see them. If we move next and add agent, so how we add agent, let's we see. We will select our OS, its architecture, and in the localhost I have to give IP of my server where my central component are hosted. So assign the group to assign the agent to a group. Okay, and default. Whatever you information you above you given, a command will be generated that you need to run on your client terminal. Like here, I am running this command on this terminal. I need sudo permission to execute this command. Then my agent is also systemd. Then I run this. Okay, my system is getting created. Then as I have started the Wazuh agent, and I will check the status of the Wazuh agent. Okay, I asked Wazuh agent status is up and running. Like go again to the Wazuh agent, and here we will see that our agent is getting connected. We have used 2 VMs, but they are not get connected because I have not enabled the port. They require the port 15115 for enrollment plus 1514 for connection. One port was missing, so I added that and saved that. And this settings I have done. This settings I have done on server side. At client side, I also change the port. Need to change the port. So same 1515 and 1514 port I need to mention. Okay, and 1515. Okay. So our networking part is not pending, which is earlier pending. Now we have done our networking later, so it may take some time to show us the agent. Currently it will show only the one agent, as I have only one EC2. I have two instances. In one instance I have hosted my a server, my center, and then on other instance I am hosting my other stuff. Other stuff means agent. So let's wait. It's running. It will call the API and then show us the screen. Okay. In our case, it not. Okay. Now it's showing the total agent is 1, active agent is 1. Okay. In that way, we can add agent. This screen will come, which will show the result of the scan of compliance. You will get the event security, how many authentication I passed, and number of logs till we have received an authentication. It continuously takes, as continuously we get the logs from the agent, we will got all the logs here, and we can see that PAM session is closed, login session open, CS benchmark, Ubuntu, Linux, and different stuff is available here. Let's we go to we check our OSSEC configuration file first before checking anything else. Then where OSSEC etc ossec.conf, that if we want to have email notification, then we have to give our email credits here, like but in the email when you add your password, you can't give your password right here. You have to generate a token for third party login, then you mention it here and you are ready to go. Then alert, in which form you want to you have to change here to get the alert. Then it is XML format. All this stuff you are seeing, it is in XML format. Logging, its log format is plain. It is written over that you can use JSON format. Then we have policy monitoring, that root check disabled is not configured, that is by default is enabled, so it's working fine. You can, if you want to disable it, you can disable it, but I don't want to disable it. Hope you're liking the video. You please share your feedback with me. Don't forget to share. And here you can see that it is disabled, which you we have disabled no. That's mean it's getting enabled. Again we have to make disabled no, and if you enable anything you want to enable, then disable no should be stuck. Somewhere you will find enable key and it's enabled yes. As see, vulnerability is enabled not, then we have to select yes. In the vulnerability we want to scan Ubuntu, yes. We want to scan Ubuntu enabled yes, okay. But Red Hat, I don't have Red Hat server, so neither Linux image, OS, window, no. So that's end here. Then we have file integrity modules. Then you can see directories which it is checking. By default, its frequency is 12 hour. After 12 hour, it is do scan, and whatever changes is done, it will shown to you. If you want to make it in real time, that just now I'm changing anything and it will shown to me, and that you can describe here. For that you need to add a key. Let me add key here. Check all yes and boom, data yes. Okay, with that it will make a real time. Okay, now whenever we do changes, same time it will reflect. Okay, skip NFS. I hope you are understanding or same page with me. That is active response. We can set. We have different commands. We have given the commands disable account, and it will call the executable file disable account whenever active response is calling that. Then we have restart Wazuh. It is calling the restart Wazuh. Restart Wazuh executable file. You can make your own executable file. You have to define it like that / in command section. So in the same format. There are multiple predefined scripts are there. Here we can add a key, timeout allowed, yes. That we don't want these changes, command changes to be permanent. It will get reward after 15, 20, whatever you can want to give, you can give. But if you don't give this timeout all section, then it's problem for you. Then we have active response, then log analysis, then log analysis. We have active response. I will give you example how we can define log analysis. Active response, we have said disabled no. Command is using fiber drop. Which location? Local. Agent ID 001. Only agent I have. Rule ID 5710. You can get the rule ID from rule section or in the event section. You can see. And timeout 300 I have written means 5 minutes. Then our active response is ready. Active response is very powerful and very useful feature. I hope you enjoy this feature. Then we have log analysis. In the log analysis, we have tf-p. It is written the command we have given. Execute frequency 160 we have given. We can save our setting using :wq as we have opened these settings in VI editor. Then if you go below in the last section, what we have, rule test we have. There is one more section I think we have of log file. What log file we will assess? We will assess the active response.log, auth.log, sys.log, and dpkg.log, and any other files you want to add, you can mention it here and in the configuration file of your agent. Then the things will work and you are ready to go. I hope you like this video, and please give me feedback. It's how can I continue to give my involvement in tutorials of different technology of DevOps. I will be very thankful to you all for your valuable feedback. And whenever you do some changes in configuration file like post.com other file, you must restart your Wazuh services or other services if you are dealing. And then whenever the restart done, you should check the status. If the status is up and running, then it's okay. Otherwise, that the things you have created is not worth, it's not valuable. Okay, like status is